All right, folks, we got a live one here. Customer states ever since you changed the oil, it has a shake, and there's some lights on in the dash, and I can feel the shaky. You may not be able to see it, but yeah, not in the wheel either. But yeah, it's got a misfire. It's vibrating. So I'm going to scan tool this, see what that trouble code right there says, and determine what's causing the misfire. My money is on a failed ignition coil, but we shall see. All right, scanning said engine. Hurry up. Scan faster, please. Toot, 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 toot. Collecting data. Okay, yep. Let's go into engine. I want to find the trouble codes that are listed. Codes only. Current codes. Cylinder number 3 misfire. All right, let us pop in the hood and take a look at everything that's attached to cylinder number 3. See what's going on. Yeah, now you can see it. See that thing rocking back and forth? And the airbox too. All right, let's pull the cover off. There we are. All right, so from the front of the engine, we have cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just taking a look at the injector plug and the coil plug, everybody seems to be happy. I'm gonna pull this coil out right here and see if it's firing. All right, before I pull this off, let's just unplug the injector on number 3. And no change. So we have confirmed this number 3 is the misfire. Let's confirm a second time by unplugging it. The coil, yep, no action there. Minimal. It did change, but not much. Compare that to cylinder 2 if I unplug that one. Yeah, see, it wants to die. Let's unplug number 1. Ow, it's hot. Yep, drastic change. Okay. Let's do number 4. Drastic change. Okay, seeing as how we're able to instigate the misfire on this, what I'm going to do is swap the coils between number 3 and number 2, and then repeat. Okay, let's disconnect the connector from number 3. If I can get it, there we go. Come off. And we'll do the same on number 2. Plug them back in, and let's go restart this. Cranking the engine. Okay, misfire is still present, and we disconnect number 2 from its spark plug, and the symptom remains unchanged. Let's do it with number 3. See that? Okay, that's confirmed. The number 3 coil, which is now the number 2 coil, is out. That coil has failed. And very untimely, because this car was just in the shop about an hour ago for an oil service. So this is gonna go over well. Yes, this is definitely a no-win situation at this point, because this car was just in the shop about an hour ago for an oil change service. And to prove it, brand new oil on the dipstick. This thing just left here. So I'm gonna go report to the service manager that it needs a coil on cylinder number 2 now. Ideally, during an ignition coil failure symptom, I would recommend replacing all 4 of them with spark plugs to go with them. However, given the circumstances, that may not fly very well, because the guy thinks that we broke his car when it was here. I'll try it, and I'll explain to the best that I can how or what's going on here. But getting down to brass tacks, it's just got a bad coil, so that's what it needs, and that's what I'm gonna go recommend. Stay tuned. Alrighty, a delivery has arrived, and it is a replacement ignition coil. Come here. That's my new one. I'll give it a little bit of dielectric grease. down in the tip. And let's pull this faulty one out. Come on out. There we go. Install the not faulty one after comparing the two. Connectors look good, dimensions look good. All right. And I'll bolt these two bad boys back in. Click. Ditto click. All right. Let's start the engine and watch this thing not misfire. There it goes. It is alive. And let's check it outside. Nice and smooth, like I like it. All right, let's toss our cover back on and then go clear the trouble codes out, and we'll give this fella his car back. Good. Whoa. All right, so before I clear all these, let's just take a note and observe all of the trouble codes that were caused just by unplugging things and plugging them back in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra ones. Most of these are circuit high or circuit open because I unplugged 3 of those, or 2 of the coils. It stalled once while I did that, so it set a trouble code for stalling. That's a new one, startability malfunction. Okay, yeah, and rough idling. So it was picking up on all those misfires and whatnot. So let's go ahead and clear these trouble codes out, do one more restart, and then we can give this thing back to the guy. Clear, yeah, whatever. Okay, engine lights off. Oh, incidentally, that track control light, those tend to come on, particularly in Toyotas, whenever there's a check engine or like an ABS warning light comes on, it will also set that track control. And it sets that because the traction control system has been disabled due to an engine fault having been detected. Fun fact. Okay, so let's go back in. Just check for codes, see if there's any that are current or showed back up. There are not. So I will shut it down, key it out. I'll open the door so it thinks I got out. I'll close it, open it again so it thinks I got in, and restart. The door thing doesn't always apply to all cars, but I always do it. What that's doing is telling the modules inside of the car that I've exited the vehicle and then re-entered the vehicle. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't, but it's a habit that I do with almost all of them. And doing a trouble code recheck, there's nothing there. This thing is good to go. Time to shut this down, put my tools away, and give this thing back to the consumer. Power down. All right, let's get this thing out of here. Well guys, I'd like to thank y'all for watching this short video of a quick misfire diag. The circumstances around this car were most unfortunate because the guy came in a little hot because he thought we had done something wrong with his oil change. Like I said, this car was just here like an hour ago or something. So the guy thought we had done something wrong and that we broke his engine. We did good faith to him any of the labor that would have normally been charged to diagnose that issue and actually to replace the part simply because of circumstance. However, he did have to pay for the part that we put in. So it was kind of a lateral move financially. Nobody really made money. They still paid me, so I mean I got my end of it all. But the company didn't really profit anything off of this. Most of this job was actually damage control because you don't want to have customers leaving your store with a perception that you had done something wrong. So after a bit of explanation regarding the circumstances, the guy was okay with it. He paid for the coil. He appreciated the break on the labor. I think he understood we were trying to do what we could do on our end, just kind of meet him in the middle. Just based on the circumstances here. So all that being said, again, thank you guys for watching, and as always, don't forget, have a great day. Goodbye for the second time today, Toyota.